When it comes to women, there are weaknesses that many men don't realize, but they have great strength in a relationship. These weaknesses are not weaknesses, but deep emotions that women often keep hidden. If you understand them, you will see real connection, not just based on superficial attraction, but deep understanding and empathy. The power of mystery is really great in a relationship. When you keep some part of yourself unexplored, you create curiosity and excitement. Women are attracted to people who do not easily reveal everything about themselves, but always have new and interesting things to discover. I find that when I'm not in a hurry to share everything about myself, the other person always wants to learn more, wants to connect deeper. Mystery is not hiding, it's how you keep the relationship full of excitement and never boring. Women's emotional strength is undeniable, but sometimes they are also easily influenced by too strong emotions. Importantly, women are often attracted to men who are able to control their emotions. I have found that when a man can stay calm in any situation without letting anger or anxiety take over, he will easily impress. It's a sign of maturity and strength, something women look for in a relationship. When you control your emotions, you not only sustain yourself, but also create a safe and stable space for others. I have found that quiet confidence is very powerful. There's no need to show off too much or say too much. Just your presence is enough to make an impression. When you are confident in yourself without having to prove anything, you create a powerful and attractive energy. Women are attracted to men who don't need to say much to show confidence. They just need to act and have a calm, confident attitude in every step, look, and gesture. This silence is not a cessation of communication, but a deeper communication that comes from stability and self-awareness. Fear of losing out, or FOMO, is a feeling I think we've all experienced. When you feel that you may lose someone important, the desire to keep them becomes very strong. But what I realized is, when you live with confidence and are not always present or trying to keep others, you create a very special charisma. When you have a choice and don't chase people, that freedom makes them automatically feel like you're worthwhile, and this creates natural attraction. I realized that deep conversations have great power in a relationship. Not the usual conversations or simple compliments, but when you truly share your thoughts, feelings, and even your innermost worries. When you open up and create space for the other person to do the same, the relationship becomes truly powerful. Such conversations not only help understand each other better, but also create a deep connection, making you and the other person feel closer and safer than ever. The power of indifference is an important lesson I've learned in relationships. It is not coldness or insensitivity, but the ability to not get caught up in the emotions or actions of others. When you're not so focused on pleasing others, when you're not always present or needed, you create a special charm. This indifference helps you remain free and strong, and it actually makes others wonder about you, naturally attracting them. When you have clear goals in life, you not only attract others, but also make them feel safe and respected. I've found that when you live with a purpose, not just your relationship, but every other aspect of your life, you become naturally more attractive. This makes others want to accompany you on that journey. When you have a clear plan, career, and passion, you radiate positive energy, and others will be attracted to the confidence and stability you bring. No matter how confident women seem, they still have times when they feel unsure of themselves. I've found that they often need gentle reassurance, not always compliments, but affirmation that they are loved and appreciated. Sometimes just a look, a small gesture of concern is enough to make them feel safe. But not too much, because when you're too lenient in your assurances, they will feel a lack of challenge. Timely reassurance will make them feel stability and true love. Absence has a very powerful psychological effect, which I have realized through relationships. When you are not always available, when you're not always present in every moment, you create a space where others will wonder about you. I've found that when I'm not always around, other people feel absent and begin to feel that my attention is more valuable. Absence is not abandonment, but a way for them to realize your importance in their lives. The invisible power of masculine energy is something I always feel in relationships. It is not about brute strength or control, but about stability, confidence, and the ability to stand firm in any situation. When I show steadfastness in my decisions without showing off, simply acting rightly and firmly, I find that others, especially women, feel safe and respected. This energy is not something that can be faked, but is the result of truly understanding and appreciating yourself. Finally, I want you to remember that real attractiveness is not about effort or trickery, but about living with confidence and sincerity. When you understand these weaknesses and apply them naturally, you will find that you don't have to struggle to attract others. Indifference, untimely absence, and emotional control all create powerful attraction. Always be yourself, and you will realize that real attraction comes from respecting yourself and understanding your worth.